Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. I got a good one for you today. Let's rock. Rightism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to get them. I appreciate you. The numbers looking good. Let's do what we do. Right thing is mission, and that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual discipline practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is to get all right thinkers to know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. Tune in, get your lessons. I'm here every day to do that for you. That's what I do. Ask the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. Again, that's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous, avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here too. Wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinker, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. We still in the book. I got a title. You might like this one. Let's go with right thinkers. Let's talk about Gad, the real OG. Okay? Yeah, real OG means he's the original gatekeeper. I'll break that down for you as we go. Had a few titles, but we're gonna learn about Gab and his few aspects and how he got the keys. And he's also what's called the Great Cackler. And then I'm gonna introduce you to the Great Egg in ancient Egypt. And then I'm gonna wrap it up with the hymns of Amun. Hopefully I can get all that in. I'm gonna try. That's my goal. That's my mission. I'm on it. Let's go. Now, for this reason, in the text of resurrection, the initiate is to ask Gad to what? Open the jaws, open the eyes, to loosen the leg bandages. You, the initiate, is to declare what? My father is Gab, my mother is Nu. I'm from the earth and I'm from heaven. When I leave earth, I'm going to heaven, which is my mother. Watch this. Going home to my mother. Watch this. Now, in this manner, the initiate identifies with who? Asar, human spirit, who was the what? The reincarnated child of who? Geb and Nu. And in so doing, what? You, the initiate, also achieved the fate of Asar, which is what? Is freed from what? The bonds of earth elements. When he died, I'm gonna tell a story. I'm gonna keep on reading. I got a lot of stuff to go through. I can't give you a story for everyone, but I wish I could. It takes a little longer, but I hope you get the point. I'm gonna make it clear, hopefully. I'm gonna break it down for you. But you, the initiate, you is to live on the bread of Gad. What? Which is pure nutrients where? From the earth. That's where you're gonna be buried. Okay? And those foods made righteously in order to what? Master your earthly element and how to escape this physical realm of Gad. What's this? You must be Gad must be perpetuated what? Through a life, you ready? Of virtue and purity. Sound familiar? Now this is ancient Egyptian concepts, philosophy. Watch this. If this is successful, if you do that, what'll happen? Geb will now loosen the door, the bolts, and lets the light of Ra shine where? On earth. This opening allows you the initiate, to now what? Escape this earthly plane by grabbing hold of what? The rays of light, in which are what? tow ropes hanging from the boat of Ra in the underworld. I gotta tell you this quick story. I gotta stop right there. In the underground, when Ra comes down, he's in his boat. He's got strings hanging up the side. George got a song, and it's an old folk Negro song. Swing down, sweet chariot, stop, and let me ride. The OJ sung a song. Get on the boat, get on the ship. You don't need nothing. What? Just grab on board. Ship ahoy, I think it was. Yeah. The concept was when it's going through the underworld, all those souls and spirits that's not really messed up got a chance to grab on and unite with Asar, even in the underworld. Another concept, but that was the story. But the whole point about it is his rope, you can reach out and grab on and pull your way in and work your way on up. Again, it's effort, energy, and being aware. They know when the light come in, you're in darkness. When the light come, they know Ra's in town. Okay, Jack Knight, I'm a man. But yeah, they know, because even in the underworld, he still shines. That's the point. So watch this. Now, from the tow ropes hanging from the boat of Ra, the boat sails over Netakirk. That's the lower heavenly regions, the grave, earthly, afterlife region. That's the astral plane, okay? And the soul can what? Climb aboard, okay? You don't need no ticket. Just get on board. If you can grab on, if you're there, take advantage of the situation. Grab on board in the boat, and what? You can join the ranks of the primordial gods and goddesses and of the Anuian Paute, aka the company of God and goddesses, all right, and become one with who? Ra. That's the concept. It's a philosophy that you can interpret, understand, and put into some use. If that's your goal, I'm trying to get on the boat. Okay, I'm trying to get on the boat with Ra. Okay, but in order, there you go. In order for all this to occur, now you, the aspirant, right, thinkers, you must overcome. You ready? Fear of death. If you still humanize thinking when you die, that's it, you ain't gonna make it. Okay? Remember Peter was on the water with Jesus, and once he realized he's doing, he started freaking out. That's it. You have to be confident and comfortable in knowing what you're doing. You can't believe it. You have to know it. And if you experience it, that's all you need to know. Okay? When you have your one-on-one, it's called an epiphany. I had mine 11 years ago. That should change your life. That's what epiphany is, a life-changing situation that from that point on, you went that way. Okay? Now, if you're still fearful of death, you're never going to make it off earth. Why? And you must, you hear that? You must master your earthly desire, lower natures, including food, sex, and anything else that addictive that causes you what? To stay earthbound. I use what I call spiritual discipline. Regulate on a high level, not this level. No. I'm neck up. Okay, I'll make it easy for you. If we're dealing, I only want to deal with what you say, what you think, and what you know. I don't care about how you feel. Don't need none of that. What? I'm not into your emotions. So move on. That's what I'm saying. Become dispassionate and handle your business. But if you haven't mastered your lower nature, you're still stuck here. You're going to be reincarnated. That's the concept. I hope you get the message. Moving on. I see the clock. I'm trying to beat it. In one myth, they got Geb and Newt. What happened? They gave birth to what? A divine egg. Now we're going to talk about the divine egg of ancient Egypt. From that egg, they called it Bennu bird. I'll break that down for you also. They call him the phoenix. Rise out of his own ashes. We had the Bennu. Okay, got that covered too. And here you go. The Greeks call it the phoenix. Boy. And emerged. So Geb is referred to as what? The Jinjin, or the great cackler. Amun could also appear as what? As the Jinjin, which is the Bennu, is known as the what? The newborn son. S-U-N, not S-O-N. But in the physical form, in earthbound, we are the newborn sons in physical form. So that way you can understand it and get the concept. But you are all of the soul of who? Ra. Still from the one. And the living form of who? Asar. Why? That's the one that became spirit into flesh. That's who we all represent. We all are his sons also, theologically. And these are all correlative theological statements Therefore, Ra is, watch this, begotten as Asar. He gave his own self Asar in the realm of what? Time and space, the flesh. You feel that? So Ra was God before Christ even come along in the flesh. Get the concept? Moving on. So I'm not beat for what y'all talking about. I ain't got to listen to that nonsense. You could care less about what I'm saying, so why should I care about what you got to say? Till then, you might learn something. Moving on. But God made Asar in the flesh, the physical form, physical realm, where the earth element, which is Geb, therefore Geb is known as what? The father of his father, and Asar is actually who? Ra, which is reincarnated. And consequently, Ra also manifests what? In the form of, you ready? Haru, me and you, the son of Asar. And I said, in essence, again, all the manifestations are realities of Ra, according to the Anuian theology. That's what we're dealing with. I'm about to take you to the thieves in a minute, but I'm about to wrap this up. Let's deal with the quick divine egg of ancient Egypt. I got a little more time. Yep, I can wrap it up, hopefully. The story related to the ancient Egyptian papyrus of Nisa Amsu, in that the primeval god laid an egg in the primeval formless waters from which the god himself emerged. This primeval god who emerged out of the waters created or emanated Ra, Tim, Nefertim. Again, triad, 3 in 1. Ra, son, Tim going down, Nefertim, the newborn, the perfect one. The son of what? Life force. That's Ra, Tim, Nefertim, excuse me. And you got Tahuti. He's always in the mix. Why? Because he's the carrier of what? Well, in the beginning, it was what? The divine word. That word was with Tahuti, or the creative medium. And then you got my girl, Maya. And she represents what? The principles. She represents the principles of cosmic order and regularity. Okay? Justice, divine, anything that's good and righteous, she represents equality. Equality and duality. Mean everything's got an equal opposite to it. Cause and effect, you know the laws, okay, poles, all that good stuff. But that's what Ra always worked with. And she represents the principle of regularity, my favorite. Why? Because the underlying emphasis was on the fact that all of these, including human beings and the phenomenal world of time and space, are what? Are in reality all emanations from that same primeval ocean. That means we from the same one spirit, the same one ocean. Look at ourselves as drops in the ocean. It's the same concept. We are one with God. Understand that. And this means that there is one primordial essence, again, for all things. Be they plant, human, gods, goddesses, animals, etc. They're all from the one. It plays out real good. Watch this now. So in ancient Egypt, the god Ra, the great cackler, he emerged from what? The egg. Ra is what? The golden sun. Everything was in darkness. When that egg cracked, what happened? Light. Ra represents light. Okay. Who creates what? The world as Kepri, the scarab, morning sunrise, the creator. These teachings is further explained. Now we're going to break it down. Why? I'm going to take you to the hymns of Amun. This is going to break a lot of that stuff down for you real nice. And if you understand it, everything I've been going over, it comes to fruition and, oh, it makes a lot of sense. You ready? Let's go. From the ancient Egyptian hymns of Amun. He is self-created, and as he fashioned himself, none knows his forms. Again, unknowable. They got that correct. And just think of everything that they tell you in the Bible about God, all the description they give you about God. Watch this. He became, in primeval time, no other being existed. Ready? There was no other God before him. No God before. There was no other God with him to declare his form. All the gods came into being. Are you ready? All the gods came into being after him, out of him, from him, representing him. He made them him so they can be identified with and dealt with. Remember, he's no form, no form, so we can't really quantify that. We let you know how we understand it. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. I hope you're getting the gist of this. Watch this. I'm not done. I got some more. He had no mother. How many of us can claim that? I got a mother. That's my dad right there. He had no mother by whom his name was made. Nobody gave him a name. He has no name. He's nameless. Why? Man, breaking it down for you. I hope you're paying attention. And watch this. He had no father, so that he was not begotten. Him saying, it is even myself. He shaped his own egg that he was born out of. How about that? Okay? And he tells you, he mingled with his seed. I gave you the picture about that. If you follow along with me, you know just what we talk about. Why? Because I'm taking you through the book step by step, hopefully breaking it down so you can understand it. This is played out, like I said, through this whole lesson. This is ending up with the crescendo to let you know what they thought way back then about God, and they understood just who he was. Sorry. But watch this. He mingled with his seed, with his body to make. Everything is with him. To make his egg to come into being. Again, creating it from himself, within himself. Again, now, his unity is what you call absolute. And Amun is one. And the one. That's why everything is on the. That's my man. I love that concept. I got a little bit more time. Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I might get you to the Bennu. But let me show you something right here, right quick. The Bennu bird. See that big leg long thing right there? That's him. That's the bird over here, excuse me, up there. Then over here on the other page, you'll see him. Get over there. See that bird right there? God and Bennu. One is in the zoomorphic form and one is in anthropomorphic form. That's representing God, the concept. So I'm going to break all that down for you as we go. I'm wrapping it up. Then we get into the bin. In mystical philosophy, God is the what? Self. Everybody says that. Yeah. The self is what? The self-existent being which what? Transcends concepts of creation and was not created. The self emerged out of what? The self. And what emerged is none other than, again, the self. Creation is the self. Creation and the self are what? One and the same. Get it? You see where I'm going with this? I'm understanding, but I hope you are. And God is the undivided principle that assumes the names and forms which human beings all call objects and the very life forms which are in what? Existence of time and space in physical form. Although the divine self is the sustaining force behind all phenomena and in all life, many human beings are what? Ignorant of that fact. Again, when I say spiritually ignorant, if you don't believe and understand God is in you and you God are one, you are ignorant. You just don't know. I mean, nothing other than you need to know. My job is to get you to know. That's all. That's what I'm trying to do. Take you from being ignorant of yourself to having what? Knowledge of self. So you would know thyself. See where you're going with that? My philosophy don't change. I'm going to stick with that concept. Why? That's my deal. And ignorant of what? Existence of this force, aka your higher self. And thus they see themselves what? As the source of their own existence. That's ludicrous, Mike. Why? I know my creator. Look just like him. I created something look just like me. So that concept of God don't think there's some God making you. No, your parents is your God and goddess. Let us make man in our image. He can't do it by himself, although he did it once. That was it. After that, everybody needed help. Sorry. They are, and most of us, 85%, are ignorant of what? The fact that their very existence is sustained by who? Their higher self. They don't even know that. They don't know they God. Oh, I'm Mark Wright. I'm J. Floyd. I want to mention in the yacht. Numb nuts. Okay. Now, through the process, and this is a process again of ignorance, human consciousness is fooled into what? Believing its thoughts and ideas are its own and that its memories and experiences constitute a unique existence. Yeah, in your mind, I just gave you the breakdown of two kinds of knowledge: speculative, everything mental; operative, mental put to use. That's what we're here to do. Become operative knowers of what? Ourself. What? Put in motion to improve it. And watch this. This concept of me, I, ego, is running rampant in society, and half of them don't have a clue what that is. So you can't fix the problem if you ain't got a clue what the problem is. You hear the clanking in the car, you know something wrong. You ain't a mechanic. You ain't feeling good, you're in the doctor, you go find out what's wrong. Take the car to the mechanic. He gonna tell you, well, you got this, you need that. Okay, yeah. So if you are running like you're supposed to, you won't need that mechanic, you need the doctor. Why? You're self-sufficient when it's working on all cylinders. And you don't know that, that's why you gotta go to different places to get it. And this concept is what? A unique and separate existence is what constitutes, you ready? I just told you, egoism. When you don't know something, but you're going to just make it up as you go, that's ego. The ego said, well, don't find out. Don't get, no, just go for it. Just do it. That's crazy. A lot of us live on them terms. And watch this. That constitutes egoism. And the human psyche is all up here. That's why the spiritual cycle journey. You have to be spiritually disciplined and understand. And the separation from what? Divine consciousness. The ego will not ever become divine. You have to conquer him and do that for yourself. That's the moral fight that's in man. That's how you have to know thyself. That's the lesson. I got more information coming for you, but these are all the stuff I'm going to go into next. Okay? All information that when you look at it, what the what, but when I get done, it should be familiar to you. Oh, this is a good one. Coming up. I'm going to talk about my girl. You know who that is? That's new. Oh, the earth is flat. Yeah, the plane that we walk on, but you see the shape. You see the dome. You see the dome. Dome is flat. Dome is, this is call them ceilings. Domes is arch shape. Just to let you know. So wrapping it up, the closing right things. I appreciate you. Hope you're enjoying the lessons. I'm having fun giving it to you. I'm really enjoying this. Hope you do too. So in parting and closing, may you all live to be 100. Yeah, 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be back. I'm not done.